I wanted to show you this shine lock. It's a magnetic lock. It's extremely unique in the operation. Uh, Very interesting in how the lock itself works. And I wanted to put a big thank you out to Alexander, locksmith in Magnitotorsk. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, over in Russia. I saw this on a Vito. I cannot buy directly on a Vito because you have to have a +7 phone number to get verified to contact sellers. So I contacted Alexander, who has sold me and forwarded me other stuff, and he purchased it off of a Vito and forwarded it to me. And to start with, the paperwork says that it was made for the military industrial complex in Moscow. And it was, there's an address, but of course it's no longer there because this was back in the USSR days when it was made. The door lock mechanism itself, if I can get it up out of there, does have an interesting feature. When you lock it, these little arms come out and there's absolutely no way to pry that baby back. And if you've got it locked and you're inside, you flip that forward, and even if somebody has the proper key, they cannot retract the bolt. So you flip that forward with it locked, and nobody else can get in, even if they got the right key. As I said, I don't know what buildings or what machinery this might have went on. The real magic is the lock itself. There's a key. It's got magnets in the key, and you can see the magnets here on the magnetic paper. And there's a center magnet that when you push forward, it pulls the mechanism. I'll show you here. There's two little pins here that go down in these slots. There's a milled area inside there. And supposedly the paperwork, this is made out of titanium. So I do not know. I've got no way to test that. But when you put it down inside there and you push that in, then you can turn it. You can take it out in either 180 degree position. I'll show you inside the key here real quickly. There's a ring of magnets here that go around, and notice they're not evenly spaced. And then this is the center magnet that when you push forward, pushes it forward. Now when I got this, I thought, okay, there's magnets around here. Why couldn't I hack this with a ring magnet? Line up whatever mechanisms down inside here. And I tried it. It does not work. And I'll show you why inside here. It's very unique. Let's take this snap ring off. Take the mechanism. Oh, I have to take this detent ball out. There's a spring and a detent ball here that you can feel at the two 180 positions it stops. Don't lose that ball. Okay, now we can take the mechanism out. So there's a plate inside here, and it's got a pin here and a pin here. When this is down inside there, you have to pull that plate forward to put those pins into this ring that's milled in here to be able to turn it. Otherwise it won't turn. Line the key up here. When you push this forward, that pulls that plate forward. Then it's able to be turned. Now let's take this other snap ring off here. We'll see the magic. Take the tailpiece out. Okay, here's the real magic. Down inside here, you'll see these small holes that are drilled around here. And you'll notice that not only are those holes not evenly spaced, they are also on a slightly different circumference. Now we've got these little deals right here. They're not magnets, but they are metal down inside and on the other side of these, and they can pivot 360 degrees there. So when you put the key on it, all of those line up not straight and not in the same circumference, but at various locations that align them up to these holes right here so this plate can move forward. So my ring magnet that I tried first before I actually took this apart, it lines all those up straight. So with just the lock itself, even if you went around and mapped these, now they won't map with the paper because they're not magnets in there, it's just metal, steel. But you can map them with a magnet. But even if you mapped those and you put the magnets in the right places, all that's going to do is line up those straight. But they've got to be lined up in 360 degrees there. So the only way that I could see to hack this would be if you had the key, access to the key. You could map where each of these magnets is and their exact locations because they're in and out and not spaced evenly. And you could duplicate the key. It takes some doing, but you could duplicate a key. But without the key, I see no way to manipulate this lock to get it open. It would have to be brute forced. Which this is a really heavy metal. I think its weakest link would be these steel pins, but yet all you've got to go off of to turn them is these little dimples. I don't think that this thing could be forced other than literally drilling the lock out. It's a really unique, interesting lock. I'm very happy I purchased it. I have not seen anything like it. And again, thank you, Alexander, for forwarding it to me.